the letter would not have been sent to you. The letter would have been presented to the court on your behalf. So you're not entitled to that letter. That's overruled. Go ahead, Nosy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Lala, thank you for returning.
I was gonna return, ma'am. I just had to go get the judge the evidence.
I just said thank you. That's all.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to get back to this letter. So you drafted this letter and you stated roughly around 2 days after the infamous live stream is what we're going to dub it for this court, just for this time frame, that you offered to write her the letter. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so after you proceeded to write this letter, walk us through the steps on how FWA's attorney obtained this letter.
I emailed the letter to her, and she emailed it to her attorney.
And did you hear anything back from FWA in regard to the letter? A thank you to you? Any kind of time frame on when the letter would be used?
She did tell me that she submitted it, and she also said thank you very much for writing the letter.
And without going into too much detail about the letter, did you express in the letter how you met FWA?
Yes, I did.
And did you let the courts know it was virtual, your friendship?
Yes, I did.
And did you speak to any of FWA's attributes that you thought were of good character?
Yes, I did.
Now we're going to fast forward to when you arrived at Kev's live stream 2 days ago. You stated that you had asked for that letter to be rescinded. Did you directly let FWA's lawyer know, or did you let FWA know to let her lawyer know? How exactly did that communication occur?
I called her attorney directly and asked him to please redact the letter from the evidence.
And what did he say?
He said he would take care of that, and thank you for calling.
And did you tell him that prior to letting FWA know?
No, I didn't let her know at all.
Why?
I didn't feel I needed to. Why would I call her and tell her?
She's your friend.
Because there's a chance that she might not have done it, and I did not feel comfortable speaking to someone's character who I had to step back and reevaluate. And after you slur me and you call me bitches and I'm sorry, Your Honor, I apologize for cussing. After you do all of that, and then you little girl me and you disrespect me and all of that stuff, I didn't feel the need I needed to contact her, just like I didn't feel the need I needed to let her know I was planning on starting my platform. Sometimes I have to look out for myself and not look out for someone else, because what I have learned is that when people are doing things for you and they're attaching their name to something, that you don't get to be rude to them.
Okay, so you write the letter, you submit it to FWA, who submits it to her attorney.
Nosy, hold on 1 second. Hey, Kev, can you fix it, because it's got my name in there? Thank you.
So you write the letter.
I apologize.
That's okay. It's in the very top. No.
So sorry. Forgive me. I am so sorry.
All through it. Your name is all through it.
Just mark out my last name.
I got you.
Yeah, just mark out my last name.
So I want to get back to the questioning. So you write the letter, she submits it to her attorney, and then the subsequent events happen where you fall out of your friendship, and then you proceed to contact her attorney directly and ask for the letter to be rescinded, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So after you email the attorney to rescind the letter, I
did not email the attorney to rescind.
You call the attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Got you. Thank you for the correction. So you call the attorney, you say, hey, rescind this letter. He says, okay. And you still, at this point, you have not informed FWA that the letter has been rescinded. And then you proceed to do what? Go to Kev's platform and announce it?
At the time that I came to Kev's platform, I had put in a phone call to the attorney. I did not know when he would call me back. But yeah, I was planning on doing that because I'm not attaching my name to something. I'm not doing favors for people. I'm not going to do favors for people who, with the same mouth, want to turn around and cuss me out and say I'm a horrible friend and I'm not loyal and all of this other crap.
Got you. And so basically FWA finds out at the time that the letter is rescinded one moment. At the time that the letter is rescinded, she finds out the same way we all find out, correct?
Correct.
And this is who you thought was your friend, correct?
Correct.
So let's fast forward. Let's not fast forward. We're going to rewind just a little bit, okay? So when we go back a little bit to your falling out with FWA, when was the last time you spoke with her on the front end or the back end?
It would have been the day that she did the live, and I think today's Thursday. I think that would have been like Monday or Tuesday, maybe Monday.
Got you. So the last time you spoke with her was on Monday, front end and back end, correct?
I take that back. I messaged her Tuesday morning. I apologize for that. I messaged her Tuesday morning.
And what did you
And
say?
I was just reaching out to her again to see if we could take smooth things over, have a conversation, see if there would be any accountability on her part. I did apologize on her live when she little girled me. I did apologize for invalidating her feelings. I apologized several times, and there was still no apologizing for little girling me and disrespecting me and calling me all kind of
What
foul names.
I got a question. How come during that live you didn't confront her then? Like the whole throughout the conversation, the conversation got pretty tense.
It
Um,
did.
why didn't you confront her or even call her out during that conversation?
Because I was in absolute shock and absolute disbelief by the things that were coming out of her mouth. I was caught completely off guard. I did not expect that type of behavior out of her, considering that you called me a friend. I was just literally stunned and
Okay,
hurt.
go ahead.
I was
Go ahead.
I was really hurt that she would do that.
Okay, thank you very much,
I
Your
have one quick
Majesty.
question. I'm sorry, Sister Dia. Let me ask one quick question since we're here, because Kev made a point. So you said that you were shocked that two friends can fall out. Is that what you're telling the court?
No, I'm not shocked that two friends can fall out. I'm shocked at how that she handled me. Because if you call me a friend, why didn't you message me on the back end after we got off the live on Sunday night and message me and say something to me? And then Monday after it happened, I messaged her on Tuesday morning to have a conversation with her and try to smooth things over and spare our relationship, our
But
friendship.
she learned of it on the front end. But I'll give it over to the assistant
What did
DA.
she
She
learn on the?
learned it on the front end and she addressed it on the front end. You didn't call her on the back end, but you want her to call you on the back end. Continue, assistant DA.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But this is
I got
about going
I got one
live.
more question, Nosy. I'm sorry, I got one more question.
Okay.
Were you feeling any pressure or getting any kind of pressure from anybody else in regards to your relationship with FWA? Whether it be the other side of TikTok, whether it be your family members, or were you getting pressure or people telling you crazy? Why the hell are you blah blah? Were you getting any kind of pressure from anybody else in regards to your relationship with her?
No, I was not.
Nobody.
Nobody really had anything to say about, like, I would just defend her. Nobody really came to me and said you shouldn't be friends with her. We don't like her. None of that mentality. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not one to follow people's advice like that. Or
Okay, go ahead, Nosy. Go ahead. I'm
Thank you
sorry.
very much. No, thank you very much, Your Majesty. It was a fantastic question. So I want to switch gears a little bit with you, Lala, because you're notorious for having or being in different places across TikTok. And the last known place you were was Miss Nitra. So we're going to talk about her for a little bit, okay?
Your Honor,
I don't think Ms. Nature has anything to do with this case.
Your
It does.
Majesty, Your Majesty, I object.
What is your objection, counselor? Counselor, what is your objection?
Um, the Assistant District Attorney is wanting to present a line of questioning related to someone that is irrelevant to this case. My client prefers not to answer questions referring to that other person, and I think that the court should consider that.
That'll be sustained.
Thank
And
you
Your
very
Honor,
much, Your Majesty.
um,
So
Attorney Nosey and Your Majesty, um, that is correct. But I think if you go ahead and allow me to address her, it will make what you're saying be admissible to ask because no one prior, she has not mentioned that other party. But of course, I'm going to mention it because it pertains to me being a friend.
Okay, but we have to allow the prosecution or the DA's office to continue or to complete presenting their case and asking their questions of the litigant. Once the DA's office concludes their line of questioning of the litigant, then it will be free and open for your client to have their defense, whether it's your client speaking on their own behalf, or you're speaking on behalf of that client, or you speaking for yourself, FWA actress. So we have to allow Nosy to finish. Nosy, is there any end in our near future?
Yes, Your Majesty, there is. I am just trying to lay out a pattern of behavior because this is friends. How many of us have them? And if we're going to be able to build our case on whether Lala represents a bad friend, we need to kind of go down just a small, not long, but a small history of her quote unquote friends. That term that we decided we're
However,
going to
the
use.
litigant is saying that she's surrounded by rumors around her every day.
That is correct,
Just need
Your Majesty.
some time to get away. So from all these rumors, she can't take it no more. So please, Nosy, please continue. Your line
Thank
of
you.
question.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. So, Lala, I want to go back a little bit with Miss Nitra. Now, you were a member of her group, not specifically FOE, but you were a friend of that panel. Is that correct?
I was a part of the escape room. Yes, that is correct.
And can
Your
you describe to
Majesty,
us?
I would like to instruct my client not to answer any further questions. Please the fifth, Lala. Plead the fifth.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection. You one more outburst from you. That first of all, that's a money gun to this court. That's a money gun to this court, and one more outburst from you of that nature, you will be removed from this courtroom. Your client is here to answer the questions. There's no pleading of fifth. That's automatic incarceration. She'll be joining FWA. So if you want to get your client locked up in here today, counselor, you'll give her that advisor like that again.
Your
You will
Majesty.
not, order.
But
You
that's
will
my
not.
constitution.
You will
That's my
not.
constitutional right.
You will not advise your client to not answer any questions in this court. Are we understood here?
Yes.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, yes, Your Majesty, we're understood.
No, I'm speaking to private. Nosy, you're just fine. Private, do we have an understanding here?
Say yay!
Yeah.
Actually, can I have a sidebar? Can I have a sidebar with my attorney?
Yeah,
real
I
quick,
might need
please?
to talk to y'all in my chat. Y'all need to start. Y'all need to go.
I need a
Okay.
moment, Your Honor, because I think you have 5.6K people in here that you keep saying that I'm guilty. You'll have me guilty. You'll have her guilty like me. What is going on here?
Your Honor, I do have new evidence for the courts whenever you're ready.
Oh my
Please, we will go back to the assistant DA, allow her to finish presenting her case, and she unimpeded and uninterrupted.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Lala, before your sidebar with your attorney, there is news in the courts that, according to FWA, and this is a reliable source that I just received, she never submitted your letter to her attorney.
Well, that's not what her lawyer said yesterday when I spoke to him.
What did her lawyer say?
I object.
Was my attorney about to speak?
She objected, so we have to wait for Your Majesty to determine if the objection will be sustained or overruled.
Overruled. Overruled.
Bastard.
Thank you very much, Private. Yes, so please go ahead and answer that question, Lala. What did her attorney tell you?
Her attorney said it was sitting right there. He would take care of it.
I got a question. I'm sorry, Nosy. Did you give the letter directly to her, or did you send it to her attorney?
I gave it directly to her.
Oh, so you never submitted it to the attorney?
He said he had it. I can only go based
That's not
on
what I
what he
asked you.
said.
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. So you never submitted it directly to the attorney.
That
By
is
email.
correct.
Okay, so if you had the attorney's phone number, did you not have the attorney's email?
No, sir, I didn't. I just Googled his phone number the other day, yesterday.
So she never provided you his number. You just Googled his number.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Nosy.
So you said you earlier that you don't get into your friend's
I
business.
said nosy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I will allow the head DA to ask her question, Your
Thank
Majesty.
you. So earlier, as you were being questioned by my lovely co-counsel, you stated that you don't pry into your friend's business. But this time you did take the opportunity to pry into your friend's business by digging up an attorney's telephone number or information, correct?
I didn't have to dig it up. I just had to Google it, but I think it was my
So you
business.
dug it up, ma'am.
It was my business because my name was on that letter and it came from my email, so therefore it was part of my business.
It did not come from your email, ma'am, because you just stated to us that you emailed your friend, whom you called a friend and considered a friend,
Right, but
except 2 weeks ago.
my name was attached to it, so therefore I think I had the right to call the attorney and ask him to
Who you
remove
had
it.
a right to contact is your friend who you gave the letter to and said, friend, I don't feel comfortable anymore having you submit this letter. I'd like to rescind it. But you've been a coward this entire time. Instead of speaking up and telling the
Oh,
truth of how you
I
Order,
feel.
beg
order,
your
order, order. There'll be no badgering of the witness. No litigant in this courtroom will be badgered. And you will the DA's office will be instructed to allow the questions to be answered rather than speaking over the witness because we have to get adequate answers for the court reporter. So the DA's office, assistant DA, lead DA, y'all need to give the witness, the litigant, time to answer the questions so that we can get their answers on record.
Your Majesty,
Yes, counsel.
I believe my client deserves a money gun. She's
Uh,
been called a coward here. She's been called a coward, Your Majesty. Her civil rights have been
I
dragged
agree
through
with
the
you,
mud.
Private, that you're more than welcome to send her that money gun at any time. So,
No, the DA owes her a money
I'm
gun.
sorry, Miss Private, you did not pay FWA when you called her an arsenal of weapons or whatever the terminology you use to address FWA.
I called her friends with arsenals,
Okay,
friends with
that's not
your
her name.
address,
and
friends with aim, friends with assault rifles, friends with
you
annihilation,
called her
friends
friend.
with
You called her friend. You got order. You called her
capacity,
friends with ammunition. You called
friends with
her order.
ammunition, friends with anger,
You
friends
called her
with
friends with
anger and
ammunition.
annoyance, friends with aggression, friends with your address. My client is afraid for her
Your
life.
Majesty, Your
Do
Majesty.
you subject her here to this district attorney's office?
You pray for
You
your
let
life.
them drag her through the mud. She is terrified, Your Honor. My
So that
client
makes
is
her a coward.
crazy.
That
She
makes
is
her a
wet. She
coward.
is
Your
scared.
Majesty, Your Majesty.
Yeah,
May I
that
just,
makes
I
her a
mean,
coward.
She's
may I
scared
say
right now,
something,
Your
Your
So you're
Majesty?
admitting
Majesty.
she's a
Am I
coward.
gonna be in
She
contempt of
is
court? Because
threatened. She's been
you won't
threatened.
address me,
Heard
and I
what
want to
friends with
say this
ammunition
for the
did to her the
record.
other day.
Friends with ammunition would like to address the court. Um,
Friends
uh,
with aim. Friends with aim.
About you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Got a million things on my mind, executive deals on mine, limited amount of time, chasing these dollar signs, and you ain't on your grind.
I don't give a fuck.
That is one galaxy.
y'all gonna leave this court broke.
Gladly, gladly, gladly.
Your
Y'all gonna
Honor,
leave this court broke, all these fines.
is it
Your,
my turn to
Your
present, Your Honor?
Majesty, the only
No,
person that's
Nosy,
paying
no,
fines is
y'all,
me.
excuse me, order. If Nosy could ever finish, we could have been halfway through this case by now. But every time Nosy gets around to her summation of her line of questioning, she gets cut off, she gets run over, she
Cut
gets talked
off?
over.
Clock in, Judge.
Your Honor.
What? No,
Your
what?
Honor.
No, order. Right now, we need to allow the DJ's office to get through the presentation of their case, get to the defense in this, and we can move this case on to the jury. But if the DA's office can't even articulate without being interrupted, with these false, fake objections. I'm starting to think that y'all are just trying to stall for time in this court with these fake objections. Nosy bystander, please continue presenting your case and your line of questioning to the litigant, so that we can get to the other side of this case and we can move this on to the jury.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty, and I understand that you're getting quite frustrated in between sips of cognac, and so I appreciate you defending me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
It's not cognac. This court drinks crown.
It's
This
Crown.
court drinks crown.
Object.
Object one more time.
okay.
Object one more time. Go ahead, Nosy.
Thank you very much, Judge. And yes, let me correct myself: the crown, not the cognac. Okay, so Lala, you stated that in your recollection memory, you do believe that the attorney had received your letter, even if it is in opposition of what FWA has submitted to the courts, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So now that the question of whether the letter had actually made it to the judge or to the to the lawyer is up in question. Let's go back. So you said you were a part of the escape room with Miss Nitra. Were you close with Nitra specifically, or were you just close with the escape room in and of itself?
I was close with nature.
Okay. And the escape room for the jury members watching below, the escape room was pre-FOE, so it was just another name
Correct.
for a group of members.
Correct.
Okay. And so you were close with Nitra, close enough to get her phone number?
Assistant DA Nosy, I feel like these questions are a violation of my constitutional right, because it is my constitutional right to be able to plead the fifth.
Okay. So you were close enough to Miss Nitra to have her phone number. Okay. And as in the process of having Miss Nitra's phone number, did you ever attend any events with the escape room, any physical events, or were they all virtual?
Again, this is a violation of my constitutional rights because I'm choosing to plead the fifth.
Is there a reason as to why you're choosing to plead the fifth, other than a violation of your constitutional rights?
It's a violation of my constitutional rights.
Do you remember the time where you broke separate from FOE, I'm sorry, from the escape room and Miss Nitra?
Yes.
Oh, when was that?
I don't have a timeline, but
Was it this year?
no.
Was it last year?
I'm pleading the fifth.
I got a question. I got a couple questions. Nosy, and then you jump right back in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever had any other altercations with anybody on the app? Have you ever had
Yes.
any like where y'all were cussing each other out, where y'all were calling each other names? Have you ever had any of those? Have you had multiple of those type of interactions?
I have, but never with somebody who I called a friend.
Okay, so never with someone that you called a friend, but you have had those altercations, because I didn't ask you about that second part. So you have had those altercations. So you know how to defend yourself when pressed, right? So if you feel pressed in a platform, in a box or whatever, and the interaction is starting to go left, you've defended yourself before, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to understand why you wouldn't defend yourself in the live, because this is what's been presented to the court. Let me present this, Nosy, and again, I know I'm the one that interrupted you this time, but I feel like this is important, because this is the interaction, right? This is what's been presented to the court as your interaction.
Motherfucker just play on me and I don't say shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of standing up for motherfucking bitches and bitch niggas, and they think I'm not gonna say nothing.
I'm tired of standing up for motherfucking bitches. How often do all of your friends call you motherfucking bitches?
Absolutely not.
Have
My friends do. Actually, none of my friends do.
Order. Have any of your other friends called you motherfucking bitches?
Absolutely not.
Have you been called motherfucking bitches by anybody else on the app?
Yes, but not my
No,
friends.
wait. I didn't ask you for no buts. Have you been called by motherfucking bitches or something equivalent by anybody else on the app?
Yes,
What was your response to them?
I cussed them out.
So
I went
my
back at
my
them.
order. If your response to them was to cuss them out, why wasn't that your response to her? I'm gonna play this again. The court is gonna play this again.
Well, Your
Just a
Honor,
second.
if you
Just a second. Just a
okay,
second. The court is gonna play it again.
Fucker, to let a motherfucker just play on me and I don't say shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of standing up for motherfucking bitches and bitch niggas, and they think I'm not gonna say nothing about how they treat me. Fuck all that.
So why wouldn't you respond in kind to that?
Your Honor, if you actually listen to part of the clip, I even say in the clip that sometimes it's not wise for a friendship to just go at it in the heat of the moment because you might say something you regret and you can't take it back and you've crossed lines. So I stayed quiet in order to hopefully save our friendship and let things cool down and present her with a conversation on Tuesday morning, which in my IG messages I did message her on Tuesday morning.
Okay, go
So
ahead,
after
Nosy.
that, you still considered her a friend, yet you rescinded the letter from the lawyer. Got it.
Because
From your friend.
on Tuesday morning, I messaged her and she responded, and then it was like, girl, bye. And that's what she said to me. So I was like, okay, gotcha.
Go
And
ahead,
that was
Nosy.
the end of our friendship.
Go ahead, Nosy. Go ahead and pick up where you left off. Thank you for your patience. Nosy. Uh, can somebody check on Nosy? Did she go to the bathroom?
Your Honor, can we go on to for the haters?
Go ahead, haters.
Okay, Lala, hey, how you doing? This your friend.
Jack,
W.
that's FWA. People must, if they're going to be in character, know the character that they're playing at the moment that they're playing it, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Your Honor, Your
Lala.
Majesty, what kind of court is this where the defendant gets to address the plaintiff
We're
or
in
vice
Bando
versa?
court. Lala, this your friend. And I'm going to use that term loosely because you say you my friend, but yet you don't have my phone number, friend. You've been my mod for 2 years, friend. And we've been tight for 9 months, friend. And you don't have my number, friend. But yet I can tell you everything that happened on the back end, friend.
Your Honor.
What the piss is going on
Friend.
here?
Friend.
What the
Nosy,
And let me
piss?
Nosy,
ask
this
you
court,
something else, friend.
Nosy, this court called for you 2 minutes ago. Did you run to the bathroom or something, Nosy? Because this court called for you.
Your Honor, I was eating a cold cut sandwich, okay? I was eating a cold cut sandwich and I didn't want you to hear me chewing.
Sustained. That'll be sustained. Excused. Now, if Nosy is ready, can go ahead and pick up where Nosy left off.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor, and apologies
Always
for the
eating
cold.
something. Always eating.
I apologize for the cold cut sandwich. It was delicious,
I
okay?
bought His Majesty bought some bologna today.
I was eating lasagna, but we'll
I
appreciate
can't wait to
our
make me a fried
co-host.
bologna sandwich. I swear to God.
The lasagna did look good,
I
DA
swear to God.
Drop Queen. The lasagna
Okay, go
did look
ahead.
good.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Nosy. You got
So it
it.
looks as though, Lala, you are not going to answer any questions in regard to Nitra and the escape room. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is there a reason as to why?
I feel that's irrelevant to the case and is a violation of my constitutional rights because I choose to plead the fifth.
And is it because you had a torrid relationship with Nitra and the escape room?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Got you. So we can just surmise that it was a bad breakup. My last question in regards to Nitra and the
Your
escape
Majesty,
room.
object.
What
Object. We
the
cannot
nature,
surmise because my client pled the fifth.
counselor, the nature of your objection, please.
The assistant district attorney just said that we can surmise that there was a tear in the relationship, and I am objecting because we cannot surmise anything as my client refused to answer the question. Okay? So we're not going to surmise because she did not answer. Okay? Thank you.
Sustained. That'll be sustained. The jury will be instructed to disregard, and that'll be stricken from the record.
Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up because I know Lala's attorney wants to interject whatever biases that she may have toward the courts. So let me just get to my last final questions. Do you see yourself ever making amends with FWA?
Absolutely not.
Do you think you were a good friend to her?
Yes, I was.
Are you a racist?
Your Honor, I object.
Overruled. The litigant will be instructed to answer the question.
And I'm going to object. Again, I object.
Overruled.
Object, Your Honor.
Overruled, counselor.
I object
Striker,
again,
Your
Your
Honor,
Majesty.
striker.
I object, Kev.
Once again, counselor, I said overruled. Any further argument from you, this court will find you in contemptuous. I have said overruled, counselor. The litigant will be instructed to answer the question. Nosy, can you please repeat your question to the litigant?
Yes, Your Majesty. Lala, are you a racist?
No.
Do you think you are not a racist because you hung out with friends with attitude?
No.
Your Honor, I object.
Lock the doors.
I object.
What is the nature of your objection?
Whether she is a racist or not is not of question here. The question is friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on.
And Your
Okay?
Honor, my line of questioning is in regard to the nature of her racism, whether she be a racist or not, is predicated on the friendship. If she is not a racist, then she was simply a friend to FWA. If she is a racist, then her proximity to FWA means that she was never really a friend at all. She simply just put herself in proximity to her to spew out dog whistles while she panel rode or panel hopped
I
or
object.
The objection needs to come with the audible articulation of your objection, please.
Your Honor, the Assistant District Attorney is giving testimony into the thoughts and the mindset of my client.
Or is it a conclusion?
A mindset that my client has not.
Is it or is she that's just her opinion based off of the information provided?
But we're in a court of law. Opinions should not be
No, we're in a
admissible
court
in a
of
court of
TikTok.
law.
these are not opinions. These are just standardized questions for the year of 2025. We don't know the nature of the friendship between a black
Your
woman and
Honor,
a white woman, and we must ask those questions.
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor, may I finish
I
my line
object
of
again.
questioning?
I object
Objection,
again.
private.
I object again because we know that my client was not first friends with aggravated armed robbery. Okay,
Objection, Your
my
Honor.
client was
Your
first friends
Honor,
with Black
this
Nitra.
is this is
Your
prejudice.
Honor, may we submit that
Your
Nitra is
Majesty,
even
Your
blacker
Majesty, this
than
is
friends with
prejudicial
Attitude?
evidence
How can
against
my
me by
client be
my
a
name.
racist when she
He's
was first
slandering me, Your
friends with
Honor.
Black Nitra? She
Your
was
Honor,
first
if
friends
I
with
may,
Black
Your
And we'll
Honor.
get to that, Your
Nitra.
Honor, if they let me finish my questions. May I
Oh,
finish,
now
Your
it's
Honor?
Dave. Oh my God, I was
Your
addressing the
Honor,
court.
I would like to increase the charges against Lala after the line of questioning from my competent
Object.
DA. I would like to increase charges to she's possibly
Object.
Cookie, the head of the CMD, and she killed Cornbread. I like to eat and saute.
Order. We have a request in the comments to drop attorneys. That'll be $50 to drop an attorney.
It's no
PayPal,
information, Your Honor.
order.
Object.
That'll be $50 to drop an attorney.
How can you block
PayPal.
my
Yeah,
client's representation?
wait. Order. Private. Order. It'll be $50 to drop an attorney. PayPal is and Zelle is Dacomic@yahoo.com. If you got Chime, it's $K Dacomic. It should be $100. Yeah, it should be $100. We're gonna do $50 to drop an attorney. Otherwise, that attorney gets to argue her case for her client. She gets to argue her case for her client. These attorneys, they went to law school for this shit to fight each other in court. So if they're gonna go toe to toe, they got good arguments. We're gonna let them argue. Goddamn it! That as long as they stay respectful in this court order, they can argue amongst each other and argue this case out. I don't mind that.
Your Majesty, I propose the drop fee be $100, Your Highness.
Yes, that as a matter of fact, yes, it's $100 to drop an attorney. Yeah, that's an attorney. But it's $100. Yes, the court has had an increase in fines. It's $100 to drop an attorney. So y'all want to go? How bad do you want to go on that? PayPal and Zelle is Dacomic@yahoo.com.
May I finish, Your Majesty?
You may, Counselor.
Your Majesty, will you address my request, please?
What is your request, please?
That they stop calling me names.
Okay.
Where is cornbread, Lala? We want to know where is cornbread. Where is his body hidden?
I don't know.
Where is the voice box, Lala? We know that you're Cookie. This is new information. You are Cookie, Lala. We did not know that you had a vendetta toward Nitra.
Lord,
DA, let me, may I
Okay,
please finish my questions?
Go ahead, Nosy.
Thank you. And thank you, DA. We will get back to the cookie crumble in a minute, okay? So, Lala, are you a racist? You stated no, correct?
correct.
You shared a close proximity to Nitra, which you do not have to answer questions to, and FWA, who you are answering questions to. Are there any other Black women who were the platform holders that you drew a close relationship to?
Not close in the proximity that I was with FWA or Nature. No.
But were there others though?
Yes.
Can you name them, please, for the court?
Pleading the fifth.
Okay. Were there any white women who you shared a closeness to, who were platform holders on this app?
Yes.
And can you name a few for the courts?
Pleading the fifth.
Is there a reason as to why?
Violation of my constitutional rights.
Okay. So other than these two Black women, you stated you were close in proximation, right? Maybe not back end close or phone number or IG close, but you shared a closeness to other Black women and white women across the app, correct?
That is correct.
Did you have falling outs with those women?
Yes.
How many?
It was actually a group of women that I fell out with, and it was 3. Then they were YT.
They were white? Okay. Can you tell us why?
I don't really want to talk about it because the lady that I had a falling out with is deceased, and I don't really
I can respect that. Is your fallout with FWA, is this retaliatory?
No. I'm just gonna tell my side of the story.
hesitated. Because it seems retaliatory to me, right? It doesn't. And I'm just keeping it above. It seems retaliatory to me. It doesn't seem like it came from it's coming from a place where of realization, right? Or where you might have had an epiphany about something, or you slept on it and woke up with this thought on your mind type thing. It sounds to me like it's more in retaliation to the live that y'all sat on And like you said, the way that she talked to you versus what you're saying it is, and that's where I'm having a disconnect at,
No,
right?
and that's fine, Your Honor. But please allow me to explain. I have been struggling with this privately for the past 3 or 4 weeks. I have not been talking about it on live because it's really nobody's business. I have talked to a friend about it, and I have been struggling with it. I've been very conflicted about it. I've been very conflicted on how to support her, even though I don't agree with her actions. I've been having to figure out how do I continue to be her friend and be a friend to her when I feel like I'm getting shaded and disrespected and little girled a lot. And it was so much so that I felt like I was even being pocket watched in her lives, not by her, but by other supporters. And it was
How
just
were you being
I
pocket
did
watched if you weren't a gifter though? Because you said you gift, but you
right
weren't. So
prior
what?
to the court thing. I was a gifter. And when she would battle, I would gift her as well prior to all of this.
And what
So it
magnitude were? Wait, hang tight, because you're talking a little fast with me. Because now I'm starting to have questions. And what magnitude were like you? Because you got those that are gifters, but they not noticeable gifters, if that makes sense.
correct. That
But
makes perfect sense.
you got those that are gifters that like that right there. That see that CFB
Right,
shit.
right, right.
So in what when you say you're a gifter, that's where I'm trying to.
I mean, I have sent her money guns. I sent her a money gun one time. I sent her cash apps prior to this as well. That would total about 50 or $55, I do believe. Not much, but just to like a little, hey, go grab yourself lunch. Hey, thinking about you, things like that. I even sent her one in lieu of gifts because I couldn't recharge, so I sent her one in lieu of gifts. So that sort of thing. I did send her. I mean, the gifts varied, so I don't. I mean, I don't have a total of it, but I mean, they varied in size.
Other than this, have you and FWA had any other fallouts, disagreements, arguments,
No,
any type of nothing?
no, never to this magnitude. We have had conversations where we have agreed to disagree, and we have had conversations that have been tough, but it has never been to this point. No.
Has she ever confronted you or talked to you about using the nigger word and all that other stuff? She ever talked? Y'all ever have those kind of conversations?
Yeah, you're not. I don't use that word, so yes. But I mean,
Have
we
you
have had those conversations.
you don't use that word anymore, or you never use that word? Which one is it?
I don't use that word at all. I don't. We have actually had that conversation, like because um, there. We have had the conversation of words that white people should not use. I mean, that was actually a topic in a live one day. So
So, but your it's your testimony in this here courtroom that in front of Judge Bando in the Bando court that you've never used the N word, never in arguments, black bitches, that type of shit. You never done all that.
I mean, I've probably
Because
called some.
to
I
me
don't
that
even
would
think
go.
I've called somebody a BLK bitch. I don't even think I've never. No, I come up with other words.
Because to me that goes to like the nature of your friendship. To me that will go to the nature of the friendship. So that's why I'm asking the question. I think that's important. Not that it occurred here, but I do
Yeah,
think that.
we don't. Her and I never called each other bitches and hoes and none of that. Like it never got to the degree. Like there was always that respect there, right? We never disrespected each other like that. I never disrespected her. Um, so even though we would have tough conversations and hard conversations, we never got to that point. And when she got to that point the other day, sometimes there's just no coming back from it.
Did you feel, well, I have another question.
Go ahead.
When you hear the term lick back, what do you think that means, Lala?
Revenge. When you say lick back, I think about revenge.
And is that what you were doing in this instance? Getting your lick back by pulling
No,
the letter from the lawyer?
no, I'm not putting my name on something that when you treat me like that, I'm not. You can call it a lick back, you can call it revenge, you can call it whatever you want to, but I'm not attaching my name to something when somebody's gonna call me fake ass bitches and an unloyal friend and say I like to be abused and assaulted. I mean, all that shit. I'm not gonna do that.
Now, my next question,
Because that goes against the letter that I wrote. I
right.
experienced that firsthand, so that goes against the letter I wrote, and I, in good consciousness, cannot submit that letter under good consciousness.
Got you.
But Lala, excuse
Hold on,
me,
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Assistant DA, one quick question. But Lala, you seen her act that
Right
way
now,
with other people, so that's her character. You wrote a character letter for a lady who you seen got out of character with other people, but it only changed when your feelings for her or towards her only changed how you felt about her character when she did it towards you. But that's something that she has had character on this side of TikTok forever since she's been here. So why would that change her
I've no.
character? That has always been her character, just not how she addressed you. But it's
Okay, so
always been her character.
Let me
okay,
rebuttal that.
let's get private. Let's get private and for the haters. Let's get private and for the haters. Excuse me, FWA in here.
Can I
Um,
ask the last final
Okay,
question
I
and
got to
then
I got to address
hold
this
on.
why she just said that. Just one mama knows it. Out of all the words that you said that I just said, out of all the bitches and whatever you said, the N word I called you didn't stick out. Come on, let's be for real about this. Out of all the words, if you play the clip again, at the end, I called you a N. And that's not something that's going to stick out to you. Let's not play these games here. And that's because you're familiar with that word. Because it's been plenty of people that come up on my platform and accuse you of saying those words.
but
A
let's
matter of fact,
well, let me
these
interject.
bloody haters call you one.
FWA. Let's keep it clear because you don't come in here with clean hands. For FWA, FWA, you don't come in here with clean hands. You come in here with hands as dirty as a mud dauber. You understand me? This
And
court is not
that's because I
order.
roll with that dirt.
This court is not bamboozled by your theatrics. You have another case pending in another jurisdiction here where you're accused of a heinous act. You've been accused of doing a heinous act in another courtroom. So don't come into this courtroom, FWA, like you got clean hands. Because you're no better than her. If Lala has done all of this stuff, then what have you done, huh, FWA?
I sat there and allowed.
What kind of order? What kind of friend have you been, huh? What kind of friend have you been, FWA? Have you gifted her?
Your Honor, please.
Have you helped her?
Your Honor, the crown is
Have you
kicking in.
contributed to her? Order.
Lock the door.
Have you helped her? Have you helped her build her platform?
Yes, I did.
No, what this court witnessed is you losing your temper because you thought you were going to be losing some money. Order in this court.
Yes,
You
sir.
thought that just because Lala was starting her own platform that she was going to take away supporters from you. That's what this court is seeing.
No,
It smells of jealousy, FWA.
Your Majesty.
Your Honor, please let me respond to the court, Your Honor.
FWA, get used to saying you want your
I'm accustomed to telling
Your
everybody
Majesty.
shut up on my live, and I'm
Objection, Your
used to
Honor. I have
telling
one
her to
final
shut up,
question.
and now
Your
I've been
Majesty.
holding it in, Your Honor. Please just let me clear
Order.
it
We're
up.
gonna. Nosy has one last question, and we're gonna let her finish her line of questioning. But this court sees what's going on here. This court sees everything. This is we're clairvoyancy. We are clairvoyancy in this court. This court sees everything. Now, Nosy, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor, and please mind your crown royal, please, Your Honor. Thank you. Okay, so my final question to you, Lala, and thank you for letting me ask all these questions. You stated that in the series of events, and just correct me if I'm wrong at any point, you stated that 2 days after or a couple of days, I don't want to say two, but a couple of days after FWA does her infamous live where she tells us where she's been, you reach out to her and say, hey, I will write a letter of character on your behalf. She accepts, and then through subsequent days, you write the letter, send it to FWA, and she, quote unquote, allegedly sent it to her attorney. According to FWA, she did not actually send it to her attorney, but that's neither here nor there. Then the following days after that,
that's very important.
it is. The following days after that letter is submitted to you and you deciding to start your own platform, you started receiving subsequently, right, roughly around the same time, you start receiving subs and disses and then flat out being called bitches and hoes, while at the same time, you are inundated with live streams about FWA and the true nature of her case. My question to you, Lala, is had you not fallen out with FWA, would you still have let that letter see the judge?
Great question.
No, I would not have. I absolutely would not have. And I want to correct you on one thing. You said I had received subs and things of that nature. I never received a sub on anyone's platform. But had we not fallen out, I would have still recanted the letter.
At what point of how would you have done it if you did not have a falling out, right? Let's say you did not fall out, you were still tight and very cool with FWA. How would you have gotten that letter back?
I would have either contacted her or contacted her lawyer.
And do you think
You
that if
don't
you would
find
have
that
done
kind of
that, wait, if you do you think that if you would have done that, right, contacted her or her lawyer to get that back, do you think a falling out would have occurred?
Yes.
And when did you, right, just using your free imagination, when do you think that you would have asked for that letter to be rescinded? Before her trial were to start or after sentencing?
It would have been prior to trial. I don't even want it going to. I don't want it going any further than it's already went. I will say this. The reason I wrote that letter on her behalf is because I tried to make a judgment for people based on my own experiences with them. I have not experienced the character that other people are talking about. I have seen her do it to other people, but I also don't believe that everybody gets the same version of you because there's different levels to friendship, right? So I gave her that grace. But when I experienced it myself and had to start putting things together, and I felt like I was lied to, and I kept feeling this conflict of this is not the right thing to do, this is not the right thing to do. I had to do what I felt was best.
I got a question for FWA.
Yes,
FWA,
yes, sir.
um, how did you feel after? Cause you cussed her the Waka Flocka out. You cussed Lala out for filth. You cussed her out for filth, and you made her feel like she was spineless. Did you have any consciousness about how you? Cause you cussed her the fuck out. You cussed her like I ain't heard nobody cuss nobody out in a long time. Did you
I've been
not feel
listening.
some kind of way?
No, because I've been listening to For the Haters the way she cursed.
Hey, Your Honor, I have a question.
How do
There's
you
actually,
feel about getting cussed out like that by FWA? How did it make you feel?
Your Honor, before I answer that, I saw a really good question. Did you at any time in the night question or encourage FWA to use her pew pew? I feel like that is a very important question because I've heard people want to ask that question. The answer to that question is absolutely not. I did not talk to FWA at all that night. I had no clue what was going on, and I sure, as a proud Pro 2A toting concealed license carry person, would never encourage an act of senseless violence. And what she did was a senseless violence because you can't even use the argument of self defense because the threat was walking away from you. That's why he had shrapnel in his back.
Your Honor, may I go?
How long ago did when did that incident take place?
I think it was like September 23rd, 24th, somewhere in there, I think.
24.
And so it's almost a month later, and so why haven't we heard you say this before now?
Because I've kept quiet. There's a lot going on. So I'm sitting here processing all of this, and I don't want to add insult to injury because I know that she was under attack on this app for the alleged crime that was committed that she did in her personal life, and I did not want to add insult to injury on that. And I also did not want to potentially ruin an open investigation.
When she called you a bitch and told you ain't shit, and it's because she cussed you out. She cussed you out.
You're right, Your Honor, and that was a great question that you asked me. I was stunned. Like I told you before, I was stunned. I was hurt. I
I
was
would have been
caught
stunned.
complete. I was caught completely off guard. I was trying to process, like, why would you just attack me like that? What did I do to you? And I will agree that you said something a while ago. I don't agree that it was overstarting my platform. I truly believe that she thinks when I start my platform that I'm going to take some of that money with me. And I truly believe
Okay,
that
well, hang tight.
it's not over me starting my platform. It's over money.
Hang tight.
To let a motherfucker just play on me and I don't say shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of standing up for motherfucking bitches and bitch niggas and they think I'm not gonna say nothing about how they treat me. Fuck all that. I've been motherfucking pulling hair, scrapping, dragged, and all the things. So at least come and talk to me. I
So
shouldn't have had to
you,
find out like that.
so Lala, you believe that FWA was upset that you were starting your platform.
African Americans because they all treat her so bad over here. So she do need to find like a space.
But whose fault is that?
It's the people's fault for lying because a lot of people you just said.
But it's also her fault, Miss Not Like Most, for being in places where she know that people not gonna treat her right. Stay the fuck out the fucking boxes. I've been saying that for about.
Didn't she tell you to stay the fuck out of here? The fuck is you doing in this box? Didn't she tell you?
Well, oh, do you want me to respond to that?
Didn't she just told you to stay the fuck out of them people boxes and stuff like that?
Hey, but guess what? She doesn't pay any of my bills. I can do what I want to.
May I ask a really quick question, Your Majesty?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So you believe that FWA wasn't simply upset because you decided to do your own thing, right? You don't think that she was upset about that. You think she was more upset because she thought you would be splitting the audience
Yes,
financially?
that and that I have not donated to her lawyer's cash app or her lawyer fund.
And she mentioned that. She'd mentioned that you didn't donate to her.
No, but she threw very sly, shady remarks like, somebody messaged her asking me why or asking about so and so not donating to the platform. She would always say, "I need gifts," and when she said she needed gifts in Live Goal, people would start throwing money at her and throwing the gifts at her and hitting the Live Goal, and I never did. I just gave what I could recycle. I never spent extra money.
Have you ever given her a cash out before, ever?
Yes, I gave her a total of, I think it was 55 or $60.
But you're telling me your good friend just came home from being in prison and you told everybody that you wanted them to rally around her, but you refused to give to somebody who was suffering you without a friend?
Bailiff Noonie, order.
Too many guns.
Are you eating in this courtroom?
Your Honor, I can, they're going over
Please.
so much.
The DA, she needs to eat, okay? She's human and she's working long hours. You have to give her some reprieve, please.
Order. Ain't nobody asked you nothing, counsel.
It's only fruit this time, Your Honor. It's just fruit.
I wouldn't give a dang if it was you. I don't care if you was over there eating biting your fingernails.
You said I
Do you know how long? Order. Do you know how long it's been since I've been able to bite my damn fingernails?
Oh my God, damn it.
I can't. Order. I can't even whistle. I can't even whistle.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
Hush! I'm sick of this. Y'all in this box eating shit, crunching and smacking and shit, biting fingernails and shit. Yes, bailiff.
I just received a phone call from the Supreme Court of the United States of MySpace, and they are threatening to take over this case if you continue your outbursts.
And Your Honor, I believe I'm just going to take this to another court because I have not been allowed to address my accusers. These people in here, they've been calling me names, not addressing me properly, and I've been made to pay way more than them. You said in your
Order. Everybody been paying in here.
No, no,
Nosy.
sir. No, they haven't. Your,
Yes.
Your Honor, you
Private.
said from the beginning, no chewing like a cow, no eating, and yet they're
Drop Queen.
constantly
That'll be the
eating.
money gun.
So,
Drop Queen.
sir, you
Your
said
Honor,
we
in my
could chew back
defense,
with the
I was
camera
muted.
off.
I was muted, Your Honor, eating my cold cut sandwich.
And you
Okay.
said we
And
can eat
admitted,
with
Your
the
And
camera
Honor,
I
that
off.
she
paid
eating
that
that good
money
old
gun
cold
for
cut
the
sandwich.
DA. I
And
paid
she
it
didn't
on
even
her
offer to
behalf.
share anybody.
So
And Drop Queen been eating for an
No,
hour.
he said we could eat with the camera off. My
These
camera has
reports,
not been on,
everyone
Your
are
Honor.
Order.
lying.
Never. You turned your own microphone on because you wanted to address the litigant. Y'all, for the FWA, they've been in here defending you all night long. They've been berating Lala with their lines of questioning.
God, no,
The
they haven't. I got
the,
questions for it
the,
myself.
the assistant DA has been running her up a flagpole tonight.
They've been just playing court. I'm ready to drop some information because they haven't. She hasn't provided nothing
Lala,
but a fake
you
letter.
did say that you had evidence that you wanted to present to this court tonight. Lala, do you have said evidence?
I sent you the letter that I sent. What else would you
The
like?
letter she emailed me.
Okay.
I will say I do want to say this, right? Because I do know that there's a lot of questioning about why I quit financially supporting her
No, we're
her
past that now. We're past that.
well, no, because somebody actually mentioned it, and I want to say this: it's very hard for me to contribute to someone who says I need help, and you have a $20,000 or whatever the lawyer fee is, but yet you're being very braggadocious, you're being very unhumble, you have like this bossy attitude, like I'm that B word, and you want to act like that, but yet you have this $20,000 lawyer fee, but yet you're bragging about going to get your nails done, your hair done, and shopping. I'm sorry, I can't get on board with that because if I had a $20,000 lawyer fee, I'd be eating oodles and noodles to pay that $20,000 lawyer fee.
Nothing has changed. She's
Private,
always
did
been
you
that
want
way.
additional
private?
question,
Did you
Your
want
Honor.
to?
I have an additional question.
Well,
Okay.
let me see if her attorney wanted to speak on because she's her attorney. Did you want to try to control your client here?
Your Honor, I just wanted to bring this to the court's attention that we are not here for a popularity contest. It is clear that my client has a reputation across this side of messy TikTok, and that the reason we are here tonight is because of a failed friendship that has been severed. And my client was on the receiving end. And so, if I may speak freely, Your Majesty,
Please.
please. Okay. So there has been proof submitted on the blogs that um, prior to the release of um, FWA, my client was frantic. She was going from inbox to inbox, inquiring into the whereabouts of her friend. Okay. And there's proof of that, and Friends with Attitude has also spoken to that and kind of said that Lala was calling everybody. She was inboxing and messaging everybody. Okay. This is only to speak to the friend that my client was, okay? We also saw Lala spring into
I
immediate
can't.
action.
She's testifying, Your Honor. She can't testify for the plaintiff defendant. She's
Overruled.
testifying.
Overruled. Overruled. She's speaking on in behalf of conversations she's had with her clients. That's overruled.
We saw our client spring into immediate action as evidenced on another clip that we also heard with her saying, "Okay, you guys, we need to
But doesn't
rally
that
around."
contradict your client's own statement? That's why I told you might need to sidebar with your client. Doesn't that contradict your client's own statement when your client said that she's been feeling this way ever since she heard about it, and so forth and so on? So doesn't that
Excuse me,
contradict?
Your Honor. So the days that I'm talking about, this will be the day. This will be the very first day. The very first day that FWA went live when she made specific comments as to what happened. He's pulling shrapnel out of his ass and comments like that. That was this day. This was the first day before we saw the Facebook video. Lala sprang into action on behalf of her friend. We heard Lala say, okay, you guys, we need to spring into action. I need you guys to touch that live goal. I need you guys to hit that
But again, that goes again to what I'm saying. That country, if she sprung into action when she found out about this, that, and some other stuff, and she was this is a month later. It's almost a month later. We're almost a
Your
month.
Majesty. Your Majesty. Are you understanding what I'm saying? She sprung into action before she had the
You
before
question the
she
intelligence of this court.
I am not. I apologize. She sprung into action immediately upon hearing only the information from FWA.
Spell
At that
graft,
point,
Your Honor. Spell graft.
at that point, at that point, we had not seen, because what my client just testified to is that once she saw that Facebook video, she realized that the story that we had been presented on the first day was not true. She realized that what Friends with Attitude had explained to us was not true. That is what I'm speaking to. She was a friend
I want to hear
to her
from
friend.
FWA. I want to hear from FWA so that because I think this court has heard all it's need to hear in this case. If FWA has something that she wants to add to this that might change the direction or whatever, I want to hear from FWA.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, how can you say that I would disclose something that could possibly put me behind bars or get my bail revoked to someone that I've been quote unquote friends with, but yet never gave them my number? Come on, let's be for real about this. And all of the things that have happened on TikTok, she just said her attorney stated that she has a reputation all over this app. I want to know what reputation because I'm going to answer that. So, Lala, since your attorney said that you have a reputation, what is the reputation you have all over this side of the messy TikTok?
I plead the fifth. Ask my
Oh,
attorney.
okay, exactly. I'm going to tell you what it is. What you do is you get in people's DM and you try to play one person against anyone that they have issues with. You know what? I have the DMs where you hit me up in regards to Nitra and in regards to HB. And if I had been that messy ass bitch, then we would probably be dealing with a court case between the two of us right now. Absolutely. Now let's go ahead and address this DM. Do you remember reaching out to me?
I'm confused on what this has to do with the court case.
Because
Between me and
you're
you, and not
saying
me and
that
FWA.
you're trying to give this court the idea that you're not messy and that friends with attitude would trust you to tell you all of the personal information when you do double down. You do double down because you were friends with Miss Nitra, right? But yet you hit me up because you knew there was an issue with Miss Nitra and I, right? And
It was actually
then
pertaining
when
to
you
a
no
live you
no no
had.
no 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 no. Then when you sat back and saw that I had an issue with HB, then you hit me up with HB, right?
I don't
So
recall that.
wait a minute, wait a minute. You were friends with Miss Nitra, but yet you hit me up. You were friends. You told me in there that you supported HB, but yet you hit me up. And you can read the message. I didn't respond to none of that fuck shit. Because let me tell you, I am a three-letter FTH, but I am not friends with attitude. And that's where that mistake was made. You got in close with friends with attitude, and you sat over there and you said that, oh my God, I supported friends with attitudes. Baby, you didn't. If you've been friends with her for 2 years and you've only given her $50 and a money gun, if you've only given her $50 and a money gun over 2 years, but yet now all of a sudden you think she's upset with you about money. Come on. Either she know that you can't afford to give her money and she was enjoying you, or you're lying.
Clock
Because
in.
no friend of mine that I would tell that, look, I either shot my ex or I didn't, would I tell you that and then not trust you to have my phone number? Come on, let's get for real about this.
She actually did. So you actually did
No,
tell
no,
me
no,
that.
no. We're going with what you said, what you presented in this court. That's
Okay,
what we're going on
could
right
I
now.
could I speak?
I'm waiting on the question. Were you friends with Nitra?
Yes.
Okay, but yet you were friends with Nitra, but yet you turned around and DM'd me about Nitra, right?
Me and Nature were not friends at the time I sent you the DM.
Oh, so you used to backstabbing your friends. So when you fall out of friends, that's what you're doing right now. You're making it
No.
seem like this is about friends with attitudes. No, this is about Lala doing what Lala does
She's
best.
never been a good friend to anybody.
That's not true. I
Order,
actually have friends
order,
in here right
order,
now.
order. From the evidence that has been submitted to this court, it's been demonstrated that FWA hasn't been a friend to anyone either.
And I never said I did. But what she came to this courtroom and said was a bunch of lies. Okay.
So, Your Honor, would you like me to go get my screenshots of my IG and let you
Yeah,
know
go get
that
all of that because you said another lie.
Order. She said your
Oh,
Majesty.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
there's some stuff I have to omit because it has personal information in it
Oh my
regarding her and
God.
her children.
She shouldn't
Order.
be with me in the court.
FWA. This is the last time I'm going to warn you.
Yes, sir.
Go on mute. Mute.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I do want to say this. People think that I was not a good friend to her when she was being ran through on this app, being doxxed by
Order.
the
Wait. Can you clear up ran through, please?
Oh
Because that
my
could.
God, bro.
Okay, so let me clarify, right? When she was being drugged by the YT messy talk side, because that's what we called it, so that's what I'll refer to it as. She was being doxxed very horribly. There was actually a page made that had that doc put pictures up of her kids and things of that nature. She messaged me on the back end saying, "Hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this?" So I actually helped get her some information that would help her protect her family. I did that on the back end. I stayed very quiet about it because I don't believe in allowing. I'm gonna help my friend. She messaged me. I'm gonna help her. But the thing about it is this: just because I did not start contributing to her Cash App or anything like that until I became a mod. I would throw her gifts and stuff like that, absolutely, but I'm not gonna, I didn't like send her Cash Apps and things of that nature because I didn't have it. Also, when she gave me a phone call when she got out of her 5 day bid, she did tell me specifically that she put shrapnel in someone's back. And I said, who? And she said, my baby daddy. And I chuckled just like I did because I was in absolute disbelief that
Let,
she
let,
really
let
just
the
told me
record
she did that.
reflect. Let the record reflect that FWA did have to do 5 days hard time.
And
Go ahead.
she literally told me exactly, like, she told me what happened. Obviously, she didn't give me all the intricate details until we got to TikTok and we got we got the details. But yes, she did tell me on a phone call that she she did what she did. So,
Okay.
so I'm saying that to say, if you did not consider me a friend, why would you tell somebody why you were doing a 5 day bid for doing a senseless act of violence?
And that's my point. You're not a damn friend because if you were a friend, those words that just came out of your mouth in front of all of these people. You don't betray a friend and go ahead and tell everybody what was said on the back end. That's supposed to be your
Well,
friend
she told everybody on the front
that
end. It
you're
ain't like
saying
we don't know.
that you're but regardless, if you
Regardless of the
confide in
situation,
you
she told
confide
private
in your
conversations.
friend.
She came to internet and told everybody on the fucking internet what she did. So it ain't
Show me,
like it's some big
prove it,
Order,
secret.
prove
order,
it,
order,
prove it.
order, 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 order. Lala, the court will admonish you in regards to your language so that we can keep control of the environment. That's why no one has been using profanity with you, and
Sorry.
the court is gonna. This is the you will get no other warning. Your next violation will be a money gun to this court.
Your Majesty, may I ask
Yeah,
my
yeah,
client a
yeah. You
question,
might want to let
please?
Lala. You might want to let your attorney speak for you for a little while.
I'm going
Private,
to
go
because
ahead.
I am.
Lala, can you, with as little detail as possible, tell us how or FWA is speaking to, and she has evidenced some messages between you and her where you are speaking negatively of Nitra. We have to address it now because you have corresponded with her and she's presented it here. So, just to the degree that you're comfortable, can you please tell the court um, what brought you to correspond with For the Haters to try to bring out information about Nitra, please? Why? Why did you do that? If you were friends with Nitra,
I don't recall exactly why I reached out to For the Haters. I don't recall. I don't know if she had a live or she said something or she was dragging her. I don't recall exactly why. But at the date of the time that the evidence was presented, it stated like March of 2024. For Nitra and I were no longer friends at that point, and she had spent a good month or two dragging me on TikTok.
okay, and that's the part that I was trying to get to, was
Okay.
what made you want to do that? Because you can stop being friends with someone and not want to speak negatively of them. Okay, and so I'll ask the same thing here right now. What what is the reason that you decided to just go over and start your own platform and start going live on your own? What happened to make you want to separate that way from Friends with Attitude?
Truthfully, I have been wanting to do it for a little bit of time. I have been thinking about it and thinking about it. A lot of people, a lot of friends of mine have been encouraging me to do so off the
Whoa,
app.
whoa,
They're
whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 wait. Stop, 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 stop. Lala, I asked you that.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you that I've been thinking about it for like a month.
Hold up, Lala. Hang tight a tick or two. Hang tight a tick or
Okay.
two. I specifically asked you that question. I actually, I actually even doubled down on it and reiterated the question to you.
Okay. So hold
And
on. So let me say this.
let me
Okay.
finish. Let me finish. Um, I asked you that. I specifically asked you that. If anybody else had spoken to you, Drop Queen, go on mute, Drop Queen. I specifically asked you if anybody on in your personal life, I said on TikTok or any other platforms, or blah 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 blah. I specifically asked you that,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
said,
Well, I'm
wait, wait,
sorry. I'm
wait,
sorry.
and you said no. You were very emphatic. And even when I asked you the question in a different way, you said no again. So,
Okay. So I apologize
but now,
because.
wait.
Oh
I'm
God.
gonna need you to. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'll let you know when I'm done. And, but now somebody asked you the question in a different way, and now you're confirming. You're saying yes to the question that I asked you that you said no to.
There might have been a misunderstanding. So let me say this, right? This all stemmed from prior to me talking about going live. Friends had encouraged me. Well, she hadn't really encouraged me. She just said, "I think it would
No,
be a
I'm
great thing for you
speaking
to do."
directly to the fact that you said that no one else. I asked you, and you said no one else ever told you not said anything to you about your relationship with her. No one ever told you
Yeah,
to.
nobody. Yeah, nobody ever said anything to my about my
That's not what
relationship
you
with her.
just said
No,
right there, though. That's not what she.
I
That's not
said
what you just said.
platform, but the platform and my platform and her relationship are separate. My platform has nothing to do with her but mine and her relationship at the time. My platform had to do with me.
That
I
no, no.
wanted to do something different. I wanted to go have conversations, and I was gonna not even though I was gonna start my own platform. I wasn't gonna stop supporting her. But the thing is that people were like, "You." Somebody actually told me this stemmed from a live that receipts only, and I had that. She was like, "You would actually be really good at your platform. Like you have a lot of insight, just things of that nature." So it wasn't like it was a big secret. I had talked about starting my own platform on
That's
Friends
not
with
what I'm
the
talking about.
FWA's.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's
Okay, well
not what
then
I'm
I'm
talking.
confused, Kevin.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Your
no.
Honor.
Let's go
Yeah, I'm
back
confused.
because you going back. I'm speaking specifically about your relationship with her after the incident. That's what
Oh,
that's
okay.
what that's what we were just speaking about. And I asked you that earlier. If anybody had said anything to you, tried to told you that you need to cut her off, cut her loose, whatever. And I
No,
asked you that. Wait,
no one has
la
told me
la
that.
la 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 la, baby girl, please let me finish talking. Please let me finish talking. I asked you specifically, and I was I asked it more than one way, just so it wouldn't be any confusion about what I was asking. And you said no both times. You said no both times, so there was no misunderstanding about what. So I'm caught up here, right? I'm caught up here. So
I'm
don't
confused.
please, 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 baby, please, 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 please. So this is that's why I'm caught up at right now, because it goes directly to your credibility in everything else that like Nosy was asking and Drop Queen was asking. So it goes to the credibility of things because now somebody asked you the same question that I asked you that you told me no to, and you telling them yes to.
So you asked me a question directly if anybody had said anything to me about cutting ties with her. That's what I understood you to say. No one has said anything to me about cutting ties with her. Nobody has said anything about don't be her friend or anything like that
That's not
directly
what you
to
just
me.
said though. That's not what you just said, Lala.
So
That's
private, I
Your
understood private
Majesty?
saying my platform, not my relationship or friendship.
Yes. I was really trying to ascertain what made her want to start her own. And I really wanted her to give reasons, and she just did, Your Majesty. She said that someone had told her that she was good at it, that she had insight, and that they thought that she would do well. And so that's why she wanted to launch her own platform. Lala, I have one more question for you.
Okay,
And
so I thought you asked about the platform and he
I
asked
did.
about encouraging me to cut ties with her. Okay, I was confused. Go ahead, private.
I did. I asked about the platform, and I
Okay.
asked why, what made you? And you answered it exactly the way I thought you would. You didn't say anything about severing the friendship. It was more
No,
about you and wanting to do your own thing.
correct.
My next question, and this is going to be my last question, Lala, is histo if we're going back because we just saw some evidence, Lala, and the evidence that we saw is very damning evidence. It's ugly. It's ugly. And so, my question for you is historically, when in friendships, do you ultimately, is it that we just can't be friends anymore? We immediately have to be enemies? Or is it that we sever the friendship, you go your way, I go mine?
I have
Because
severed a
he,
lot of. Were you done?
because here, if we're looking at the evidence, it looks like you sought out for the haters. That's what it looks like, Lala. It looks like you sought her out intentionally because you knew that y'all kind of had this common enemy. And so I'm asking you this question for a reason.
When I sever friendships, Nitra and FWA were the only two I have done this with. I even hate to say that. However, I have severed some friendships on here, and nobody has ever known anything about it.
Let me interject here, right? Because I also see like a bias. To because there have been several times where other people have severed relationships and things have been said that other people didn't like, and they went on rants too. They cussed them out too. They doxing of information, talking of children, funerals, funerals of people that's still alive, all kinds of stuff. So the court is really seeing a bias here, as though FWA had played no part in in how this turned out, right? Does Lala actually have a right to sever a relationship any way she sees fit when she's been disrespected? Because don't we all do it? Once we feel like we've been disrespected, don't we sever that relationship in any way we see fashion? Don't we sever that relationship and we do it without regard of how anyone else's feels about how we're severing that relationship? So why is she only under such scrutiny because she's of the Caucasian persuasion?
I would like
This
to
court,
respond, Your Honor. I would like to respond.
order. Drop Queen, that'll be a money gun from you. That'll be a money gun from you. That'll be a money gun from you.
Okay, Your Honor.
The court has warned you on several occasions. The court has been very patient with you.
Your
That'll be a
Majesty.
fine. That'll be a fine of a money gun. The court will continue. It seems to me like there's a bias here. Like there's a clear bias simply because she's of the Caucasian persuasion. And her being of the Caucasian persuasion does not mean that she's treated any differently under the law. The law is no respecter of persons or colors, creeds, sexuality, or anything such of the kind. And it seems to me that this court, that there's a bias that's trying to be perpetuated in front of His Majesty, as though FWA had played no part in the way that Lala responded to her disrespect. Because any of us and all of us would respond to disrespect in different ways. Private, I'm gonna need you to go on mute. We all have a right to respond to disrespect. How I respond might not be the same way you respond, but who the hell are you? And who the hell am I to tell someone else how they should respond to disrespect? This court has played the evidence that has been submitted before His Majesty that was demonstrative of the disrespect from FWA to this litigant. Is this litigant an asshole? Yes, she is. Aren't we all?
I am.
Aren't we all? That has nothing to do with the rule of law. The rule of law is no respect of person. Has no bias. I think FWA contributed to the result of this. What she did caused all of this. The way she talked to this woman, she cussed her out for filth. She called her everything but a child of God, told her she ain't shit, called her a bitch.
Oh my God.
Your
Now,
Majesty.
No spitting in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Your Majesty.
yes, counselor.
Your Majesty. I think that you just made some excellent points. I agree with every single thing. And I wanted to add that although my client did, I guess, retaliate on Nitra. She never did retaliate on Friends with Attitude. And even when we saw in the clip that the court played, she never spoke
Objection, Your Honor.
negatively back.
Objection. Objection. We saw the letter to the attorney that was rescinded. Come on.
Yes, but when a person shows you who
I
they
think the
are,
assistant DA has made her way back into the courtroom.
when a person shows you who they are, you believe it. So she saw Friends with Attitude one way, and then when she was spoken to, the way she was spoken to that day in that live, Friends with Attitude showed her something different. Okay, and then she
Retaliated
just
by bringing that evidence to Kev's court. So you can't say that she didn't act without malice. Come on,
Order.
private.
Order.
she
Who?
only
What?
she only
Order. I said order. What in the hell is Kev's court? This is Judge Bando's courtroom, and he will.
I
Your
apologize,
majesty
Judge
will be
Bando. I
addressed as such.
apologize. She brought her retaliatory nature to Judge Bando, Your Majesty, the Crown Princess Court.
the crown prince, crown royal,
Your
crown royal,
Majesty,
Kev.
I just, Your Honor, I
Royal
was going to
Duchess
say something.
Blanche, Duke of Earl. Can we do our summations as I have another 7 o'clock, 6:30 court
Yes,
case?
we get we get ready to. That's exactly
I've
what
been
I was
sitting
getting
here
ready to
for
say.
5 hours and I still haven't gotten a chance to finish.
We're going
Your
to need
Honor,
to
may I say
we're
something,
going to
please?
let FWA
God.
go ahead just a minute. We're going to let FWA go ahead and finish. We're going to this court is going to request and ask that you keep your statements and everything that to what's relevant in this case, to the parties and the litigants in this case. We're not speaking about anyone that's not involved in this case, no names or entertaining anybody that's not a party to this case. So whatever you have left, your remaining statement need to be in regards to the case,
Yes,
the
sir.
relevance of this case.
Yes, sir. When District Attorney Nosy asked you about being a mod, you stated that you were extremely good mod. But okay, let me ask you this right here. How many I'm FWA right now. How many times have I yelled at you and told you to stop calling people the N word because they're coming over here telling me that you're going around from platform to platform doing those kind of things? How many times have I had to check you in my lives?
You've never had to check me about saying the N word. You've actually been over there asking for receipts of the proof that I said the N word. And you have never received the proof as of to date. That being said, you would say that I did say something inappropriate one time and I got checked. I never asked to be a mod. You
What was
modded
that
me on your
inappropriate
own.
thing that you said? What was that inappropriate thing that you said that you got checked?
Somebody called me a white bitch, and I referred to them as nappy head. And I also, and I never asked to be a mod. You modded me yourself. I came in there, and you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and mod you because I'm getting rid of some of my mods," and you modded me.
Okay, did you and 40 haters ever get into it?
Yes, we did.
Okay, did you not make any kind of racial comment to her to where she called you a N and you got offended and they explained to you that that N meant you were ignorant?
No, for the haters actually called me the N word, and I got very quiet, and then it called because I felt that the FTH was trying to race bait me, and I went mute, and then some other people got into it with FTH.
Okay, wait, what?
That was when FTH and I want to say Mad Day, but I don't remember if it was Mad Day or not. FTH and somebody else got in an argument because after I was called the N word, I went on mute and other people defended me.
Absolutely. Okay, but did you not say something to make her refer to you as that?
I honestly, probably, I don't know.
Absolutely, absolutely,
I don't remember what
absolutely.
I said
So
to her.
you do make racial statements, right?
I never made a racial statement to
And
her
did
because I would have
did
been.
did
Can
did
I finish
when
saying
for
what I
the
was
haters
saying? I never
when
made a racial statement to
did
you.
when did when For the Haters called you that, and For the Haters apologized to Friends with Attitudes for disrespecting her live, didn't she say you didn't disrespect it? You needed to handle that.
No, she
Order,
said
order, 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 order.
Okay.
Relevance, please.
Because she's
For the
walking.
Haters is not a part of this case. I asked you to keep this relevant to the parties of the case.
Yes, sir, but she just said FTH. That's FTH is For the Haters.
I understand. I understand.
Okay.
Thank you very much, FWA.
Have I ever, you're saying then that I've never had to check you in a live. I am FWA.
I just said you had to check me one time because I called somebody nappy head.
Okay, but just a few minutes ago, you said you are offended because she checked you and she's never done that before.
No, she checked me, but she disrespected me. In the case that they were talking about that we got here, she called me lots of derogatory terms.
Yes,
Even when she
FWA.
checked me,
This court does this court need to replay your own words for you, FWA, of what you said to this lady in the matter of disrespect that you extended to her that day,
Yes,
FWA?
sir. And
Does
your
the court
honor,
need to
your
replay what
majesty, your majesty.
order,
I
order,
agree.
order, order? Do not overtalk His Majesty.
Yes, sir.
Does the court need to replay your own words to you, FWA, of the
I
of the
do.
of the horror? It's
Yes, I do.
rhetorical. It is
Oh,
rhetorical.
okay.
It is
Okay.
rhetorical.
Okay. Because I was gonna
Any
say,
question that His Majesty asks you while he's talking is rhetorical.
okay then. And I apologize because I was.
I don't need an apology neither. What I need is silence from you right now, because this court has sat here and we've heard enough. It's time to get the summations. We need the district attorney
Your
to.
Honor, can I say one thing?
Just a minute. I'm not done talking, please. We need the district attorney, the assistant district attorney to get ready with their. Y'all have 2 minutes to surmise your arguments. Each person will have 2 minutes to surmise their argument, and the court will surmise, and then this will go to the jury for deliberation.
Anna, I have two questions to ask Lala. Can I ask those very, 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 very simple questions?
What question can you possibly ask that hasn't been asked already?
I want to ask her, what does if they do it to them, they'll do it to you? What does that mean to you, Lala?
That they could possibly, the way they treat other people could be the way they treat you.
But you want this court to believe that you didn't know FWA's character at the time you befriended her 2 years ago.
I didn't befriend her we were mutuals for 2 years. We became close over the past 9 months since April, right?
You were on her panel 2 years ago. You
Yes, but
became
that's
closer friends
yeah,
9 months
there you go.
ago. I
Yes,
got it.
yes. Thank you for clarifying.
Right.
We could be in
One,
agreement
one
with
last
that.
question. I got it. I understand. One last question. Were you ever friends? And this is a very important question, Your Honor. It goes to the line that everybody has presented. Were you ever friends with Kiana?
No.
Okay.
I
Okay.
also want
Okay.
I
So
want to say
that's
this.
the last question. That was the last
No,
question.
can I just say one thing?
Please go ahead.
I just want to say in regards to FWA, the actress, I just want to say this, that getting checked and being disrespected are two different things, because you can hold somebody accountable for their actions and correct their behavior, but being disrespected is a whole nother ball game.
You referred to her as the actress.
Yeah, because I mean, with all due respect, I mean, FWA, I don't, whatever you want to.
So
Whatever you
I'm
want to
gonna pose
call
my
me. Is that what you
suggestion
just
now.
said? Is that just what you just said? Whatever you want to call me.
I don't know what what your title is right now. I want to say,
FWA. That's FWA speaking.
okay,
Okay.
FWA,
Get
we'll
back
call her
in line,
FWA.
baby. Get back in line.
But I just want to say that being checked and holding somebody accountable and being disrespected are two totally different things. Because when I said the term that she corrected me on and dropped me out of the panel, she was like, you can't say some things and just explain it to me. But being disrespected and being called the bees and all that other stuff, that was completely disrespected.
Okay,
Disrespectful.
so we're getting to submissions. Nosy, do you have any? You got one or two questions? Any more questions before we get to submissions in this, and we can send this to the jury?
No, Your Majesty, I do not.
Okay, so each one of you have 2 minutes to submit your case.
Is it
Thank
going
you,
on
Your Honor.
Showtime?
I'm sorry.
Is it Showtime?
No, it's not. No, no. You just round up. Guesstimate, estimate. Look at the clock. I don't know. Not going on no showtime.
Can your bailiff give us a timer of 2 minutes, please?
Bailiff Nooney, are you able to time?
Oh, Lord.
Bailiff Nooney.
And do you understand why I asked for Showtime?
No.
Okay, I'm ready, Your Honor.
He might be asleep.
I'm ready,
Nooney's.
Your Honor.
Oh, DA, lead DA, go ahead and submit your case, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Majesty, your greatness, oneness, wholeness, our everything. Thank you. I wanted to bring the court's attention to the case of friends. How many of us have them? Friends don't start none, won't be none. And to keep it cute and not curse, I got 99 and I ain't one. Okay, so Lala, you have presented and come into this court with the attitude as if you did nothing wrong and have been a great friend to FWA. At the same time, your feeling of being a great friend, you said that you stopped being a great friend to her because she started exhibiting behaviors that she's always exhibited. Within 2 weeks of this lady having a very, very bad experience, and you even joking that somebody had shrapnel in the behind, meaning you knew that they were pew-pewed in the back at some peripheral of the buttocks, and it was amusing to you and you was accepting of that. But as you started looking more into the information, you want us to believe that somebody who you called a good friend for 9 months, who you said that you went chasing after when you could not find them, you no longer wanted to be that person's friend in their time of need. You have come into this court and want us to believe that you're the perfect friend. You've done nothing wrong and you do not deserve the sentence that I think that we should give you, and that's hitting you upside of the head with the book. What book it is, I don't know. Fires of Jubilee, something like that. I don't know, some black book, just something to represent blackness. And I think that's very unfortunate. You even said in this court and compared the seriousness of a serious life issue with starting your own life. You compared what FWA is going through to you starting your own life, and it proves how detached you were from their relationship. You were never a
2
good
minutes is
friend to
up.
that lady.
Your 2 minutes is up, counselor.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Your Honor.
DA Nosy.
Yes, Your Majesty, your royal baldness. I would like to address the jury and thank you guys again for allowing us to present this case to you. We understand that this is a case of friends. How many of us have them? But in my personal opinion, I think this might be a case more of Ren and Stimpy, two people who are equally yoked, who somehow have separated from one another. One would say eggs that are all yolk, and some who prefer egg whites, if you know what I mean. putting down. Lala has tried to make herself out to be this, victim in this case, but unfortunately, because of her pleading the fifth, we were not able to get into the nitty gritty of her past transgressions with other women who host platforms. It's very clear that in this case that Lala, albeit she supports panels by being either moderators or telling people to tap the screen, she is a panel jumper, a box rider, a panel coaster, a panel surfer. One would say a panel couch potato. And because of that, she deciding to switch to her own platform to get a little bit of that munyon. Turned out that everything blew up right in her face. And not because she was the innocent bystander, but she was also, too, the guilty party. Everyone knows that her and FWA have a history of running around this app, busting people, busting people in the back of their heads and stepping on people's ankles. And now look where we are. FWA, pseudo FWA, just beneath me, advocating that they were both thick as thieves. And now their case is being presented to the jury. And I ask you, as the jury members, to please consider charging or convicting Lala of doing exactly what FWA does, running around this app acting crazy. That is all.
2 minutes is up. Your 2 minutes is up, counselor. Private, would you like to surmise your
Yes, I
client's
would. Yes, I would.
for the haters? Excuse me. For friends with attitudes and y'all don't get to surmise your own cases. Are y'all crazy? Private is the attorney. Private is the attorney, so Private gets to surmise for her client. The district attorney's office surmised the case for FWA. So Private gets to surmise the case. The judge will get his final summation.
So, luckily for my client, this case is not about her friendships with other people or other creators on this app. It's about her and Friends with Attitude. And what we've seen is that my client was a friend to Friends with Attitude until she wasn't able to be a friend any longer. We saw Friends with Attitude disparage and degrade my client openly here on this very app. And we saw my client concede and apologize when she had actually done nothing wrong. So I implore the jury, the judge, and everybody watching here to take that into consideration and judge my client based on the facts that have been presented here in reference to this particular case. Judge my client based on what took place between her and Friends with Attitude, because my client is indeed the victim. She wasn't perfect, but you learn how to be a good friend by having good friends. And Friends with Attitude wasn't a great friend to her either. Thank you.
Well, after hearing all of the testimony in this case, all the witnesses in this case, all the evidence in this case, this court finds that this friendship was destined to fall apart. Whether it happened now, if it happened later, it was destined to happen. This was a friendship that should have never have been, because there were never any real friends in this entire friendship. One was never a friend to the other, whether it was Lala to FWA or FWA to Lala. Neither one of them had the components of what a real friendship is supposed to be. When you find it easy to come before a bunch of people and air out your grievances with someone rather than just picking up the phone and calling. This court finds that they both deserve each other's love. They both deserve each other's friendship. They both deserve each other because they are two of a kind. One is no better than the other, and the other is no better than one. They both did the same thing, whether they did it differently, it was the same actions from both of them. Who's to say one was more egregious than the other? Who's to say that, huh? Other than the person that's on the receiving end. The person on the receiving end is always going to see the other side as being worse. But those on the outside see it all being the same. And this court finds that it's all the same. There's no difference between the two. They both treated each other like shit. They both talked to each other like shit. Neither one of them saw each other as a genuine friend, and they were both waiting on the opportunity. They were both waiting on the opportunity to stab the other in the back. And unfortunately, one got there before the other. And now the other one is trying to insert their knife too. That's what this court sees. So at this time, this is going to go to the jury. And the jury will make its final decision about who really broke this friendship. We're going to go red for Lala and blue for FWA. Who's the real person
Always
that
red.
broke this friendship? Who's the person? Was it FWA or was it Lala? Did Lala cross the bounds, destroy the trust, or was it FWA? We're going to leave that up to the jury. We're going to leave that up to the jury. And so now that the court has given its summation, it's time for the jury to decide which one of these is the guilty party of destroying what they call the friendship. We're going to go red for Lala. We're going to go blue for FWA. Everybody needs to vote. Everybody needs to vote. Red for Lala, blue for FWA. Everybody needs to vote. We got to everybody vote. There you go right there. Hit vote. Damn it, all you niggas in here. Excuse me.
Your Honor, you never. I had a motion.
Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Wait, just a minute. While the jury's deliberating. Red for Lala, blue for FWA. Who destroyed this friendship? Who was it that destroyed it? Was it Lala for red? Was it blue for FWA? The jury is deliberating, and they're getting ready to return with a verdict. The jury has reached a verdict and is entering the courtroom. 161 to 73, and the jury has found that Lala is guilty of destroying this friendship. Lala, how do you feel about the jury?
Thank you. I'm free. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're not free for long, FWA.
I'm just
Not
so
for
happy.
long.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Order. Lala, how do you feel about the jury's verdict?
It is what it is.
Well, being that this jury has found you guilty. Excuse me.
Look, there's a lot of people in the comments saying redo the poll because they voted wrong, but I don't really think it matters. Hold on. So I'm just gonna say this. I appreciate everybody's vote and support and whatever. I really truly appreciate the gifts. I know this band, I needed this laugh, this entertainment. That you did great, Kev, and thank you for allowing me back in your space, even though we've had some words. I'm sorry, Judge, Your Honor, Majesty, whatever. Okay. I
Address
appreciate
this court appropriately.
I appreciate you allowing me back in your space, Judge, to hear me out. Even though it did not turn out in my favor, that's okay. Because in my heart of hearts, I know I have done the right thing.
We're going to repoll the jury.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Who is responsible for destroying this friendship? Red for Lala, blue for FWA. Red for Lala, blue for FWA. Red for Lala, blue for FWA. We're repolling the jury. We are repolling the jury. Who is responsible for destroying this friendship? Red for Lala, blue for FWA.
Would y'all
Who
pull
is
y'all pencil color
responsible?
out? Cause ain't no way.
Who is responsible for destroying this friendship? Red for Lala, blue for FWA. 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 The jury is getting ready to reach a verdict and is returning to the courtroom. 143 to 99. Once again, Lala, you have been found guilty in Bando court.
Okay.
You have
No,
been found.
no, I appreciate you opening the space. I think even though this was a lot of he and a ha ha and kiki and it was still a fun place to be. And thanks for not letting me get beat up too bad because I was a little nervous coming in here. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I appreciate it. It was fun. I'm not gonna say we're gonna do this shit again. I'm just saying it's fun. But can I come in here and be a juror and come in here and be a lawyer? This is kind of fun.
Absolutely. Everybody's welcome in the Bando until you do something I don't like.
Plus, it would be a good opportunity for me to argue something and not be ridiculed.
Yeah,
And say
Objection,
something
Your
wrong.
Honor, objection, because I was put on ankle monitor probation when I arrived to court.
I don't even know who did it.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
She needs this
Right.
sentencing time. I think
I
she
didn't.
should
I
be
didn't do.
sentenced to.
that. I didn't even know you were black.
So, what's my sentence, District Attorney Drop Queen? What is my sentence?
I think you should learn. I think you should learn. Swing low,
Sweet chariot.
chariot. But you should learn it and sing it in a two-piece bikini on your own live.
You're not gonna catch me in a two-piece bikini. I am a married woman. I'm not gonna do that. I don't believe in doing that. I don't want to be divorced, but I could definitely do the sweet low sweet Cheerio.
Your Majesty, may I offer something to my client before she goes?
Yes.
Lala,
Yes,
I
Yes,
ma'am.
think
yes.
you, Boyka, Liz, Whitey Kells, y'all need to get together and do your
No,
thing.
no,
Build
I
your
don't like
platform.
them.
You know, like
I don't. I
Listen,
Well,
like Boyka. Look, I like Boyka, and Boyka and I have had a conversation about some of the stuff he's done because I don't agree with it. But Liz and White and all them other people, I can't rock with Liz because Liz has said some horror. I have heard her with my own two ears say some of the most foulest shit that has ever come out of a white woman's mouth. I can't do
order.
that.
Those cases, order. Those cases are not before this court and will not be discussed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
do
Those
your
cases
thing,
have not come
Lala.
before the court, and they will not be discussed. As far as this case is concerned, the jury has reached their verdict, and Lala, you
Thank
have
you,
been found.
Henry.
Excuse me.
I think she need to at least watch Roots, Your Honor.
I have
You-
watched Root.
And
I
get
said
our
she
hair
need to watch
braided.
it again. You
And
know,
she
like
need
the
to get our
girl,
hair
man.
braided. Your Majesty, she need to get our hair braided.